One. Hi, everybody, Dallisa and Carla.
Hi.
So Carla is a good friend of mine. We are both psychics and card readers in Las Vegas, but due to the coronavirus, we are both stuck at our own houses. And so we decided to jump on here and let you know what we found out today when we tuned in energetically and pulled some cards around the state of the world, the coronavirus, and all of that. So before we let you know what the three cards were that we selected, we want to tell you a little bit about who we are. So Carla, tell people who you are, what you do. I've known you for several years, but a lot of people are going to be new to you on this video.
Well, my name is Carla, and I'm with Readings and Answers by Carla. And I read cards. I read tarot cards. I read angel cards. I've been studying and doing that for quite a number of years. I am a meditation instructor. I teach classes, and I do energy work, healing work. I'm a spiritual coach. I do emotion code release, and I've done Reiki in the past, and I'm just very involved in the spiritual world and just try to bring everybody to a better place, and finding out who they are inside and tapping into their own energy, which is love. And that's
beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. And I'm Dallisa. I own Spirit and Spark, which is a boutique spiritual center located in Las Vegas. I also had a show downtown Las Vegas that's been put on hold because of the virus.
An amazing show at that.
Oh, thanks.
Yes.
Thanks. So yeah, so here we are kind of reinventing ourselves and you know, I do a lot of phone and Zoom sessions with clients across the country. Carla does a lot of phone sessions too. So we were talking today and we said, all right, well, why don't we pick three cards and we'll ask the universe to give us three cards that are representative of the state of the world, the coronavirus, and we pinpointed the energy of Easter of this year, so 2020. And we said, give us three cards that paint the picture. What do we need to know? And so we're going to go through these three cards. And I have the Doreen Virtue Angel card deck that my cards came out of. And Carla has the matching tarot card. So you can kind of go along with us. So if you're familiar with tarot, you'll understand it. But we'll explain each card and the meaning of it along the way. But before we get to the first card, Carla, what do you feel? You know, you're very intuitive and being a psychic and a card reader, and you talk to a lot of people in the spiritual community about what is going on right now. So what do you feel is the underlying message or perhaps the gift that we're supposed to get from all of this?
I feel that this is a time of shift work energetically. And I feel like this is a time where Spirit is giving us time to go within. Everybody is on lockdown right now. And I really do believe that this is not a time to be filled with fear. I am not filled with fear at all. I feel like this is a time to, even though there's a lot of stuff going on there, and I'm not trying to discount, there's been a lot of loss, there's been a lot of stuff. And it is not what we are used to. We are used to having our freedom and going and doing whatever and going to work every day. I mean, you and I both, Dallisa, have shifted in that. You know, everything's done over the phone. People are working remotely. But I do feel like this is a time for people to connect with their inner self, connect with their families, connect with Spirit, God, Source, Universe, you know, to be able to get back in touch with their alignment of where we all came from, what our gift has been from the get-go, and not to be filling their life and their mind up with fear, because it's not a good place. And I do feel like this is not a time to be fearful. I do, even though there's a lot of stuff going on, I'm not trying to discount that, so don't judge me when I say that, but I'm just saying I think that this is a time to get back to what's important. I think staying in a place of love and kindness and light and not allowing that energy of fear and challenges and stress and, oh my gosh, what's going to happen in the next second, because everything keeps changing every day. It's changing one day to the next, you know. But I feel like to curate our peace of mind right now, we need to stay in that love energy, because the fear, it will take over and it is going to consume and run us over if we don't stay in the place of light. So I feel like this is a time to connect with your loved ones, connect with what's important. There is a change, there is a shift. I know, and I really do feel very, very strongly that we're going to get through this. And when this shift happens, and I did do a card reading on this a couple of weeks ago, if anybody read it, this is going to bring some new opportunities. But yeah, we've got to put our seatbelt on, and we've got to buckle up, and we've got to stay grounded in this energy of love, and not allow that dark energy of fear to come in and consume us, to slime us, to whatever you want to call it, because it will. So that's what I think. I think this is what we're all called to do right now. And I think we're all in this together, not one more than the other. We're all in this together. There's been great loss out there. But I do believe that when this shift happens, there's going to be a reset in the earth, in the universe. It's going to be a reset button, and it will bring changes. Absolutely. Our cards indicate that. And that it's going to reset all of us. And I feel like we're going to all become more focused and more driven to where it is really what we're really wanting in our life. I think it's going to create some shift in importance. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I agree. A lot of what you just said were some of the downloads that I received as well. I do verbal channeled messages from the universe for my soul sanctuary group. And I just say, what do you need us to know right now? And a lot of what you just said echoed what they were bringing forward of what we needed to remember during this time. You know, they always say, you either choose love or you choose fear. It's one or the other.
And yes.
Right. And so they also encourage us to, when something is happening in our life, they want us to pause and come from a place of choice rather than reaction. And so pause and take that breath. But yeah, great insight. Let's go over to the card, shall we?
Absolutely. It's exciting.
Okay. Because we love cards, we love the information that they bring. So let's start with the first card. And so generally speaking, I pulled 3 cards, and it tells a story for the people watching that might not understand how to use cards in kind of in a prediction format. So I pulled these 3 cards when Carla and I were on the phone earlier, and the first card that's on the left is the one that kind of paints the initial, remember we asked about Easter for this year, 2020. So this is going to be the first card that kind of paints the picture of what to prepare us for. And then the other 2 cards that we'll get into in a minute, they'll help to weave that story across. So we'll start with the first card. Again, mine is the angel card, the angel tarot card, but Carla has the tarot equivalent. And the card I got was actually the release card. And I know you can't see this card that well on video, but the release card is associated with Archangel Azrael. It's a lot about the end of a phase, the end of a situation. It usually has to do with great, significant spiritual transformation. And it's also going to ask us, as Carla even said a minute ago, about resetting our priorities and understanding what's important to us and what no longer is important to us. So Carla's equivalent, let's go ahead and talk about that.
Okay, my equivalent, and people that don't know the tarot, please do not let this scare you, because this is not a bad thing, okay? But the card that I got is the death card. Now, let me explain this. This is not necessarily, I don't predict death when I do my readings ever. I've never done that. That's too much responsibility. It's not my thing. But death does not always represent death. It represents a transformation, a new beginning. It's a change. It's a transition. And like my one of my teachers says, it's always on time. Now that means, yeah, we're all going to go one day. But what it means is it's always on time because you can't get away from the changes that are happening when you're in a transformation. So the universe is the one that has the control of that, right? I don't, you don't, nobody does. It's, God himself. But you can be experiencing losses because what you're doing is you're letting go of the past. You are leaving things behind. You are letting go and you are coming into new beginnings. So this is the time that, when that happens, we're focusing on a new start, right? New beginnings. When things die off, we're starting new. We are releasing fears, right? Releasing fears. We're looking forward and we're pressing on. We're going to keep going, all right? And we're going to accept, and that's where we're at right now. We're trying to accept this new situation. Everybody's in it together on a global way, right? All of us in the world. So this is a time to change, to move on to good, better things. We're going to be letting things go, and we are forced to come into this, right? Because death is always on time. The universe has a calling right now. So we need to pay attention to that. Yes, bang, it did come suddenly. We did not expect it, this whole transition that we're going through. In this card, and I do numerology as well. And what's interesting about this card is the 13, and the 1 and a 3 equals a 4. And a 4, and you'll see the significance in these cards because you can't make this up. With the other 2 cards that we have here, a 4 is about, resetting, rebuilding your foundation, right? You've got 4 pillars. You're rebuilding a foundation. You're rebuilding your structure. Transition, rebuilding. Transition, structure, transformation, change. It's an unexpected change, yes, but it's still a change. Yes, it's bringing some loss because you're having to let go of maybe something that we weren't ready to let go of. So that's a loss for all of us, okay? But it's not such a bad thing. Let's not look at this as being a bad thing. It's just a reset, okay? If you can see this card, and anybody that knows the decks, you'll see this death card, but there's the Pope right here. There's a spiritual figure right here, hands out. Light at the end of this, right? Which is saying, and the Pope is got his hands out to what? To receive this new beginning. So it's like, okay, hand me this in love, okay? The light is coming at the end of all of this. So we need to be staying in that place of love and light because we're all going through this transformation. Yes, we have to let go whether we want to or not, we have to, but it's going to bring a new structure, a new foundation. New emotions, new beginnings. So let's try to look at this as being, it's a positive. It's the time to release and work with your higher self in this time.
Yeah, it's beautifully stated. The thing that comes to mind when I hear that is, yes, it was abrupt. Yes, this is going to force our hand. And really, it's going to be easier if you just let go, surrender, flow, have faith, believe that you're being taken care of and you're being guided. Because if not, this could feel like a very turbulent and disruptive, volatile time in your life. And so the more you can surrender control, surrender the need to know everything, surrender the need to know what's next, then you will find, I believe, that you will flow through this with much more ease and grace. I'm not saying it's not going to come without challenges, but you will flow better. Just like imagine yourself on the river, like floating down the river, like watching kind of the scenery and things go by, rather than turning around and trying to swim back to where you came from.
Right, because it's facing, we've got to, as collective as the universe, all of us together, we have to face this future with faith. Yeah. Okay, because it's important. We've got to accept, I mean, we don't want to, but we have to accept the situation and be able to just stay as positive, and I can't stress that enough, as positive as we possibly can, because fear and love are not, they're opposites. You can't have one with the other. It doesn't work. You're either going to go with the love and you're going to go on the love, you're going to follow that love path, or you're going to follow the path of fear. And I know none of us want to do that. So it's about, yeah, it's a new start, staying focused and having faith that this is going to all be okay. Perfect.
Yeah. Okay, the next card, the second card out of 3, is in the Angel Tarot deck. That's Doreen Virtue, which is actually now Radley Valentine, since Doreen Virtue doesn't make cards anymore. I just happen to have one of her original decks. Okay, the card in the deck is 4 of Earth, and anytime I hear of like an Earth card in this deck, to me, it's much more about grounding and foundation, which is similar to the vibration that came forward with the Release or the Death card. And this to me is like, what can you do to give to other people? And I always say that with a caveat, because I do think that there is an energy present right now that is asking us to, yes, reevaluate ourselves, our life, our priorities, but where can you give to others without expectation? I also feel that energy coming through with this. And I think that we're going to be forced to relook or reevaluate money, finances, and how that all works in our life, and where we may be holding on to a scarcity mindset of not having enough or not knowing if you're going to have enough tomorrow, and instead moving into a more abundant, grateful energy. I feel that there's going to be a lot of paradigm shifts with this. So the 4 of Earth, what is your equivalent in the tarot deck, Carla, and what does it mean?
Yes, well, again, we have a 4, right? We have a 4. The Death card is a 13, and if you add up the 1 and the 3 equals 4, and now we've got a 4. So if you look at this card, this is about stability. It's an Earth. It's an Earth sign. All the cards in the deck represent the 4 elements. Okay, Earth is Earth. It's the grounding. Okay, it's grounding. It's if you're attached to material things, if you're attached to your money, if you're attached to how you create your stability, how you feel that security, you know, there's just going to be a shift in that. There is a shift in that. People lost their jobs, lots of people out of work. We're going to be getting money from in a different way right now through, you know, this money that we're going to be getting from the government, and unemployment is, you know, on blast right now. So this is about maybe even, you know, hanging on to your money. You see, hanging on to your money, hanging on as best as you can to your stability, okay? Because the shift has come, and it's come so fast. This is about also being, maybe perhaps you're rethinking now. You're being a little cautious about how you're spending, because you're working into grounding yourself. You're working on rebuilding your stability for yourself and your security. And it's really important for us to keep our grounding, because so we don't get off track, because we're in this transition. Remember, we're trying to rebuild right now. So yes, spending maybe the way you spent before, or the way that your life was before, or how we all were, it's changed. It's changed. Now that doesn't mean that it's going to stay there, but for right now, because that's what we're talking about right now, we're not talking about, you know, even in a month now, things could change, you know, in 6 months from now. But this is about rebuilding. This is about looking at your finances, about looking about how you create your stability. And this is about, you know, you're in the process of it, right in the middle of it right now. This is the card in the middle. It's like rebuilding your foundation, and looking at what's mattering right now, and how you're creating that for yourself. Yeah, it's about changing and your stability. But let's not look at that as being a negative, okay? I don't want this to come out as being a negative, because you're going through this change and challenge with money, and you know, because it can be very scary. So this is not a negative thing by any means of what Dallisa and I are doing here today with this reading. So I want to make that very clear. So that's what I got.
Yeah, and I think it goes back to that scarcity mindset. So if you feel like you're not going to have enough, I believe in the power of thought and the energy of thought. And so if you wake up in the morning and you think to yourself, oh my God, I don't have any money. I don't know where I'm going to get my next dollar. Everything is so tight right now with finances. If that is the energy that you're continuously thinking about and projecting, I am a firm believer that the universe will just send you more of that, because that is the vibration that you are radiating at. And so whatever you are thinking, the universe is going to send you more. You know, they don't discriminate. So if you wake up in the morning and you're like, you know what, I'm abundant, I'm grateful, I have everything that I need, the universe goes, oh, we like that you're feeling that way. We're going to send you more things to make you happy. So the key is to really get clear on your choices versus your reactions, and where you can put that scarcity mindset behind you.
Yes, because we have to remember our mind is very powerful. So what we resist persists. What we resist persists. And it's very, very real. If we keep thinking, like Lisa said, oh my God, what's going to happen in the next moment? Oh my God, I'm not going to have enough for this or that or this or that. No, you know what? Look, it's like this. God has your back. The universe has your back. And God and Source will always bring you what you need. Perhaps not even know what you want, but your needs will be met. So you've got to hang on to that part of it. Very important.
Yes.
Do not let our mind, we can't let our mind go run amok. And when we do, we got to come back to that place, like Dallisa said, I am filled, I'm grateful, I'm abundant. Do the I am, and fill in the blank with something positive and focus on that. You don't have to make it big, lengthy. It's not, let's make it easy, okay? Because it's already overwhelming what's going on. So just making it easy and just saying, I am abundant, I am taken care of, I am secure, I am safe. More importantly, I am safe. So those I ams are very important. And thanks for pointing that out, Dallisa. It's very true.
Yeah, absolutely. So to recap, we have the release/death card, and then we have the Four of Earth / the Four of Pentacles. Okay, so those were the matches. So really about that death, transformation, spiritual awakening. And then you go into the very foundational card of Four of Earth, Four of Pentacles, and what you're going to do with that, and kind of reorganizing your life and your priorities, and what you want to place your resources on and why you want to do that. And then that brings us to the third card. So remember, this is a story, right? And so the card that I pulled is the Magician. And the Magician is Archangel Raziel. And this card is one of my favorite cards in the whole deck. And every time I see it, I think of possibility and what do I want to manifest? What do I want to create? So you kind of think of it as like life is magical, as that magician who's creating what they want, even sometimes out of thin air. And I know that the Magician card is the equivalent in the tarot deck. So tell us about that card.
Oh, yes. Okay, so in the tarot deck, it's called the Magician. It's the same thing. And if you look on top here, it's a 1. And on the other deck, it's a 1 as well. So what this is saying is, this is a time for new beginning. 1s are new beginnings. So this is a time to take action, right? This is a time to let yourself know that you're ready to take action. It's a time to set goals. It's a time to manifest whatever it is that you're wanting for yourself, to desire. And it's a time to make your own magic, be in your own reality, not someone else's reality. Focus on what your reality is. You're the magician. You don't need anybody else. You can do this. The magician usually works, they make their magic on their own, right? And then they might have other participants, but they're the ones in authority. They're the ones with all of the gifts. They're the ones with all of the energy and confidence. And they're the ones in control of making that happen. And this is the time that your awareness is on so that you're able to be awakened, to be able to make things happen. This is definitely not a time with that card, this magician card, to doubt yourself. Know that everything that you need, you will have. It will all be there for you. Again, it's what's amazing to me, and you have to be creative, okay? So you got to be creative. This is a time to set your goals. It's a time to take action. This is time to make it happen, because you can. Be confident in what it is that you're doing, and know, again, that life is magical. This is your magic time. Don't let anybody ruin your magic. So know that you're going in the right direction. I find it very interesting with these three cards that we've pulled. And again, if anybody knows the tarot, the Death card and the Magician card are part of the major arcana cards. And when you get these in a spread, you know, it's big things happening. Now, we've only pulled three cards. We got two out of the three. This is a big life event that's taken place, right? So it's telling us that as well. So while you're building your foundation and you're building your security, and you have a one, which is your new beginning. So it's all gonna flow, okay? So I found it interesting to see that both of those, the Death card and the Magician card, the Release card and the Magician card, were right surrounding our stability, surrounding our new beginnings, for what it is that we're wanting to this change that's going on, the change in stability. It's like this is a forced situation. We don't have a choice, but we're surrounded by, and if you look at this card, heaven and earth. Okay, you've got heaven and earth here. The wand is pointing to heaven, you got earth. So this is telling you that you're going to be grounded in this. This transformation, you're rebuilding your grounding. So it's going to be okay. But you just got to know that everything that you need at this time is right there for you. All the things that you're going to need are going to be there for you. It's going to bring, again, a new beginning. So it is, and you don't want to look like, oh my God, this is a magical time. Are you kidding me right now? Look what's going on. But we've got to look at it like we're going to make our own magic, right? We're going to stay in that place of love. We're going to stay in this place of new beginnings that's going to bring us things that are going to open up new opportunities, new things. We're going to stay in that confidence because we're going to be an authority for our own self and take care of our own self. So that way we can take care of others around us in our home, our kids, our family, you know. So I think it's very powerful, and I love these cards. I think they speak volumes, and I think that this is the way the world is right now, and I think this is what we have to look forward to.
Absolutely. And so knowing what we know and what we project to be true in terms of the energy and what we're being shown by the universe right now, you know, it's like, well, what do we do with this now? Like, you know, what does the universe want from us? And so hopefully they learned a lot from these three cards and what the focus or the refocus needs to be. But for those people that are watching this video right now, what would be like a takeaway or something that you feel that maybe would help them have more of that inner balance or joy?
I've got like goosies right now. So this is telling me that, you know, this is what we all need to be doing right now. Okay. We need to be focusing on the things to be grateful for. Yes, this is a transition time. Yes, it could be, it's different, but we need to just stay in that place every day of staying in that place of gratitude. And if you don't even know what you can do with that because you're thinking, oh my God, how can I be grateful? There's so much going on right now. You have no idea my life. Oh geez, and I lost this one and this is happening. Just say thank you. Just, you know, close your eyes and just say, I am grateful. I thank you, universe, because it's bringing me some new things, and it's bringing me some of the things that I have not been able to sit down and really contemplate, because a lot of times we've had a lot of time to sit and reflect, right? So this is the time that we need to say thank you for this time, and we need to just stay in a place of gratitude and in that place of love. That place of gratitude and that place of love is going to keep you keep you connected with spirit. And that is that's what we need to be. So when you wake up in the morning and you take that deep breath, you just breathe in gratitude. You just say, I am so thankful. I'm so thankful. And throughout the day, you can say that too. And when you go to bed at night, just say, I'm thankful. Thank you for this love that I'm feeling in my heart as I connect with you, because you're going to take care of me and you're going to guide me and you're going to direct me. As I've had to let go of my past, let's sum up the reading, let go of my past as we're all going through this transition. I'm going through this transformation. I am learning how to create a different kind of stability for myself with my money, with my home, with my family, with my peace of mind. And I am so grateful that this new beginning is going to come. And when we shift and change, because we are going to have a reset here, okay? And it's going to bring a whole bunch of new beginnings. So I want you to stay in that place and say thank you, because I know this too shall pass. And I am so grateful for the wonderful opportunities that are going to be brought to me as I'm here, right here on earth, keeping myself as grounded as I can be, filling myself up with the security and the stability that I have right in front of me. Thank you. I'm just passing on what I'm doing every day. So, and I know it will help you fill your heart center up with love, and it'll keep you grounded. So just give yourself that gift of staying in gratitude.
Yeah, beautiful. I agree. I was channeling the universe earlier in the Soul Sanctuary group, and what I was shown was, they said, can you just go stand outside one night and look up in the stars and put your hands over your heart and think of something you're really grateful for and feel that in your heart and lift that up to us. We want to send you more of that feeling. So connect with us outside and just look up at the stars and know that we are all one, we are all connected, and we are all in this together. So yeah, I echo a lot of what you were saying. And as we close this out, remind viewers, where can they find you on Facebook? What's your Facebook page name?
You can find me on Facebook at Readings and Answers by Carla. I'm also on Instagram. Find me on there and reach out to me. You can private message me. If you need any of my services, private message me. All my information is there. You can, text me, call me. My phone number's on there, and you can reach out to me if I can be of help and be of service to you. I am more than grateful. So, Readings and Answers by Carla.
Perfect. And for more information, you can go to spiritandspark.com, all spelled out, for myself or the other practitioners at Spirit and Spark. And Facebook and Instagram are also Spirit and Spark. So thank you so much for taking some time with me today, Carla. And I really hope that what we brought forward is going to be of help and bring more light to our viewers today. So I appreciate your time. Thank you.
One thing I want to say is that you can go, that's my Facebook and my Instagram, but if you want to read more about me, you can go on readingsandanswersbycarla.com. That's my website. Tell all about me, what I'm about, what my services are, and you can reach out to me from there too. But I really appreciate this time. I thank you for all the viewers that are watching this, and I hope that Dallisa and I were able to bring you clarity, peace of mind. Knowing that it's all okay. So just stay in a place of positivity. Thank you, Dallisa.
Beautiful. Thank you, Carla. Bye.
Bye. See you later.